Hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new to it, thumbs up and subscribe. This is all about the blues harmonica, but I might touch on something else today. But what I'm actually going to give you a coaching lesson. I'm going to just give you a little groove to practice for people that haven't been playing for too long, and also for people who have been playing a while. It's good to practice these grooves and practice like keeping on the bicycle and keeping things turning and being in time. Okay, I take it as if, imagine if you've ever come across a tune called Crosscut Saw. Always got to be careful with that title, because in modern times crosscut saw can mean a lot of different things, can't it? Not perhaps what it meant way back when. Some people even use that as a title for a band, which can give the wrong impression sometimes, I think. Good or bad. Okay, so just use an A harp. Don't worry, I'll use a C harp because I know most people have it. That's a B flat harp, but okay, third time lucky. Right, C harp. So pulling on 2 draw there. A little bit of a bleed out the side if you want, but strong 2, and then you got your 4/5 draw. Okay, when you pull that 4/5 draw, don't drag the death out of it, you know, but at the same time you should be able to centre the sound and move it. And this is something I talk about in dynamics that we do in bop. That I do it, but I don't see anybody else doing it on this thing. I'll have to do a coaching lesson on that one day, won't I? And sometimes it's only when you stand in front of somebody that you realise, or you hear on a live, you hear exactly what's going on and what people are missing out on, you could say. So there's your 2 draw, there's your 4/5, and then I maybe stay on 4/5, or sometimes I just drop it down to, or even blow out. I don't really, I go different ways of doing it. I'll drop onto probably a 3 draw half step there, or 3 draw. Obviously use 3 draw if you can't get the half step at the moment on 3. Okay, that's all right. Now after 4 bars of that, we're going to go into a chord change. So for people starting out, you can do a straight chord there, just a blow chord at the bottom, and then a 4/8 blow, or from 4 to 8 in a blow on the chord, or in a tongue block. Then back to that. Then you've got the last bit, draw on 4, 1 and 4, or straight chord. And then 4/8 draw, or between 4 and 8 you're going to draw on a chord there. I prefer that. Then 1 bar of 1 and 4, 4 and 8. So 1 and 4 blow, 4 and 8. Then back to 2 draw. Okay, probably a little fast for people starting out there. Just have to go over the video again, alright? Basically those are the your 3 12-bar blues. And even somebody that's starting out and you haven't really got the bends, you should be able to cover that. So I'll just play roughly what I've done here. There's millions and millions of variations, and again, it's for you to explore, of course. You know, I don't want to tell you exactly where the breaths in and where the breaths out are, and you know, if I took a piece of manuscript and started putting all the phrase marks as we do in classical music, God forbid what would happen to blues and individual expression. Alright? Okay, so here we go. I'll play it through and then play around with it and work with it. Here we go. Starting on the 2 draw. And that's kind of it. Alright, so go and have some fun with that. I know I've been a bit, I haven't been too clever with showing you that. I've deliberately been a bit not as particular, but it's important for you to go over these things and just take what I've said and just mould that in. It's very important for you to do that. And, you know, it's very, very important, in fact, as your development. And if you're starting out and you can't get the bends yet, don't worry about it. Just play the 3 draw instead of a 3 draw. Excuse me, with a half step bend. And of course, you know, like all these things, we see about we talk about interval training and having to hear. Now in blues, we need to hear some of the harmonies. We don't use harmonies that we use in jazz. I've been a jazz saxophonist all my life, so. We use completely different harmonies, much more complex harmonies. But if you ever want to go down that road and even want to take this into a more advanced stage, you're going to have to learn to hear things. And I do have some coaching techniques that I do for that, which saves you hours and hours of trying to work out 6th intervals coming down and 3rd intervals coming down, seconds and flat 9s and plus 9s and all the rest of it, and to hear them. There's ways to do it, and some very fun ways to do it, but that's not really for the blues. Really, it's good musicianship, of course, and of course if you hear something like this, if you heard that lick and you don't know where it's from, well, perhaps you're not ready to go down the jazz route yet. Okay, because in my life I've come across an awful lot of people and taught an awful lot of people who wanted to, when I was a saxophone player, wanted to get into jazz. You know, I want to play this and want to play that. But when you talk to them about what they've listened to, they haven't listened to anything. But they want to play like something, but they don't really know what they want to play like. Because they haven't been exposed or had the experiences or the love to go out and search for these things, you know, like okay, that lick, and we can change key with it, etc. Okay, all these little things, you know. Okay, and in those little phrases I've played, we're hearing intervals going up and intervals going down. You don't have to do laboriously ridiculous exercises to learn and hear everything, of course. There are some really good ways to do it. Okay? So anyway, have a crack with that rhythm. Thumbs up and subscribe. Please support the channel if you can. Trying to get it going. Fine tooth and nail, like all blues players. You know, we fight to try and keep things moving forward, having some fun. Get me for lessons on Harpothehealer Wix. And as always, I'll catch you on Rebound.